Good evening, Professor. My name is Mackenzie Hill, and I am currently a student at Indiana Tech. My introduction is going to be my topic over CrossFit and the community vision behind it. My three main points of this presentation is going to be the background behind CrossFit, the community vision behind it, and my own story that involves CrossFit itself. So what is CrossFit? It's a combination of healthy lifestyle choices, including diet, exercise, and more importantly, the community engagement behind that. As I will relate to myself through this, I found myself through CrossFit and building those relationships and a community environment. Mainly it's through improving health and fitness. There are a lot of stories behind it, and it gets compared a lot to other Globo gyms or whatever it may be, but it's a little different. The backstory is working through several different channels to prevent our own epidemic in America, obesity, a chronic disease and illness, through education and other means. The beginning started through Greg Glassman. He started out as a teenager with his ideology behind this as a teenage gymnast. He gained his competitive edge over his classmates by involving different exercise and routines. Due to his competitive nature, just like most of us, he's worried on his athleticism versus how he looked. So it's about being the best in all arenas, not necessarily the master of one. As if you were a basketball player, you'd want to be fast and good at shooting hoops, but he wanted to be the person that could do skiing, basketball, football, and also be able to run 10 miles and not get winded. So it's at what cost, though? Obviously, CrossFit, just like any other presentation you'll see, is about the business aspect because that is what kind of class we're in. So the business behind it is actually very eccentric. There's a lot that goes into it, and there's a lot of overhead cost, but it's worth it in the end because you're charging more for the experience, not necessarily for the equipment and who's there and whatever it may be. You're charging members usually about 300% more than what it would cost for a normal gym because you're getting the community aspect and the relationships that are there. It's more of a group-oriented environment. So the functional fitness behind it is not so that you can look big or look good in a bikini, but it's so you could have more everyday life functional fitness, whether it's picking up something from your daughter, dropping on the floor, or picking up the dishes out of the dishwasher. It's to make sure that you have a healthy, balanced body and that you can perform everyday tasks with great ease. So the performance aspect behind it is a greater work capacity in a short amount of time, so that a lot of stress overload is on you, but you're not spending 3 hours at the gym. And it's for general fitness preparedness, using different things like HIIT training, which is very short, fast cardio to get the heart rate going, gymnastics so you can do pull-ups, walk on your hands, and then weightlifting so you can move heavy loads in a short amount of time. So it's the design behind it is for short, measurable results. Most of our workouts are timed in manner, so you can compare them to your classmates, to the community that you're involved in, to gain a competitive edge and have that against each other, versus going to the gym by yourself, putting your headphones in and getting after it, and not having any support there. Our goal is to support each other and have a board up on the wall that says your name and your time so that you can have that competitive edge every day. The first gym was actually founded in Santa Cruz, California, a long way from Indiana, in 1995. Not an official CrossFit affiliate, but Greg Glassman opened the gym and started training cops out of it. So the Leo community, along with the first responder community, is very small, very tight-knit as it is, because they go through a lot together, and nobody really realizes what they go through, only them there in that community. So he started realizing that he could capitalize by making more money by group activity. So instead of one-on-one training, he realized if a group of people came in together, he would not only make double, but triple the amount of money in the same time. And that's when he's seen that putting more investment into a group of people, safe and effective training, instructing a class at a time would be a lot more effective business-wise than one-on-one doing it over and over. So the first official CrossFit affiliate was born in Seattle, and started in about 2005 with about 13 affiliates, which affiliates being pretty much a franchise. So someone else starting their gym and branding the CrossFit name. Now, that is where Greg was very smart with his business, is he expected fees and branding, costs, etc. that went into that for someone to start their own gym, they would have to pay into him, and he had the long-term investment. So it went from, in 2005, they had around 13 affiliates, to 2012, sparked up to about 3,400 across the world. That's where the community really started growing. And not just from small town Indiana, a couple guys in the gym or girls in the gym, to it's starting to be a lifestyle. And if you read the news or anything, then you would see that this is one of the most booming businesses there are across the world. So that's where I've caught on to it, and this is partially the reason why I'm pursuing this business degree, so I can have a little background in it and eventually start my own gym. Now, being in the military, this is, we always go off of camaraderie. So one of the things that me and a lot of my guys do is train together. It grows us closer together as our small community, but as friends, and gives us that bond unlike any other, with having that relationship not only through our everyday job, but the fitness, blood, sweat, and tears, grinding out and being healthier individuals. And it just creates the rapport and culture. Booming growth, so it not only is just one about the marketable things to be in nowadays, but it's growing faster every day. Now there is over 15,000 affiliates worldwide, everywhere from Indiana to Iceland to Australia. If you follow any social media, they're all over the place, always competing, always having a bond unlike any other really sport. Athletes are getting paid, and it's not separated by gender, race, creed, color, or anything like that. And just to go a little bit more off my experience, I've been doing this for about 1.5 years, and I found some of the closest friends, I could imagine. And I've had a lot of self-development and a lot of lifelong relationships through CrossFit and its community vision. So it's affected me, it's affected my family, and more importantly, it's affected the world and their smart business ideas and the way they can grow like wildfire. So in closing, thank you for your time. I hope you appreciate the video, and hopefully I didn't do too bad. Thanks.